How's it going, guys? This is Bruce Lee here to show you a BattleForge RPvE level 9 one-player replay. But this replay is actually going to be done not by me, it's going to be done by Coldmind. If you don't know who Coldmind is, he's basically a great PvE BattleForge player. He helps out a lot of new players in the BattleForge forums by providing them with replays on strategy and on how to do certain maps. And I'm actually using his replay instead of mine because I actually watched this replay of his, and I was planning to do this same type of replay, but when I watched after watching his, I decided to just cast his replay instead of me having to do it myself. And it doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't really matter which who does the replay. I guess as long as I comment it, I think you guys will be fine with that. I'm just assuming. And Coldmind's replay is probably more perfectly executed than mine, so this should be his replay should be a lot better if it should be better than if I had done one myself. Alright, so right now he's just waiting for a couple of power because he's gonna be casting a couple of mind spells to help take out his to help his nomads take out these bandit camps. By the way, he has 4 nomads nature affinity. Alright, so let's put the replay 2 speed. Alright, so there goes his first mine. He's gonna cast another mine on top of that. So now he has 2 mines on top of each other. He's gonna lure these bandits towards him, and that's pretty much gonna take out these bandits and kill them in a matter of seconds. And now he's just gonna focus down this bandit launcher. And yeah, that was pretty easy, right? That was what do you call it? He made that seem really easy. Alright, he's luring these bandits away from the next camp because he doesn't want to aggro them. Here goes another mine, and again he's gonna cast another mine on top of that. Again, do the same thing, except this camp's gonna be a little bit larger, and there's actually gonna be flying units. So he's gonna cast two eruptions on these flying units, since nomads can't attack flying units. And he's gonna go ahead and focus down this bandit tent as soon as possible. And as you notice, he's not focusing down this other bandit tent because that's just a decoy. Only one building spawns units in RPvE. Alright, so a couple of bandits are attacking his first fire orb. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this is a pure fire replay. Totally forgot to mention that. Alright, so he's defending this camp with 2 nomads, and once he's clear, so as you notice, he's building his parallels now. He's not building his second fire orb just yet because in PvE you don't have to rush building your orb. Alright, now I think he's just gonna go ahead and kill off these nomads right now because he won't be needing them anymore. He only needs this 3 nomads to defend against these two sets of bandit units, 1 crossbowman and 1 footman. So there goes his second fire orb. Now he's just, I'm assuming he's just waiting for more power till he gets his 3rd fire orb. And he's moving his nomads towards this fire orb because once you build your 2nd/3rd fire orb, the bandits that were attacking your first orb earlier are just gonna switch to attacking your more recent fire orb. So keep that in mind. So that's why he moved his nomads here. He knew these 2 bandits are gonna be attacking this fire orb, and they stopped attacking this fire orb. There goes his 3rd fire orb, and now he's gonna build Shrine of War. And as you notice from my other replays, Shrine of Wars are a great fire building. And here it's actually gonna use 1 magma hurler. He's gonna keep 1 magma hurler here to defend this this orb. And he's not using buildings because he's gonna be using, well, you'll see why he decided to do what he did later on. Alright, so he's waiting for a couple more magma hurlers. He's gonna stick to using 5 again for unity. Alright, sorry about that, I was just drinking less water. Alright, so now he has 6, and this is what I was talking about earlier. He's gonna keep one of this magma hurlers to defend, and he's gonna have these other 5 and go ahead and attack this bandit camp, even though there's no spawn buildings here. He casted, what unit did he cast? He casted Unity Frost. I can't mention this enough. It's good to have both Unity Affinity in your deck, since they stack together. Really helpful in a fire deck. Alright, he's gonna take out a couple of this bandit units, and I'm assuming he's gonna start, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and focus down the bandit tent. That's the main thing you always want to remember in RPvE. Always focus down the bandit tent first, or else you're gonna be fighting a lot longer than you have to. Alright, so once he's done with this camp, he's gonna he's setting up a, what do you call it, rallying banner here for a healing place. Very important in a fire deck, since fire doesn't have any well, what's important to do in any decks, I guess. So he actually ended up encountering this wave of bandits, but it's no big deal. Alright, so as you notice, he saved up a lot of power, and now he just decided to cast Inferno. Take care of that bandit tent as quickly as possible. So he took out that camp pretty easily as well. Now he's gonna go ahead and build his forced fire orb. So he decided to kill 2 of his magma hurlers, and he's gonna go ahead and bring down one of the magma hurlers that I was defending earlier. And I think he's just gonna defend here. Defend this pathway, since this is where all the bands are coming from. Oh, remember to keep casting Shrine of War. Shrine of War is actually useful in all RPvE, especially in 4 players. It helps your teammates a lot too. So Shrine of War, strongly recommend buying it. So there goes his 4th orb. He's gonna go kill these magma hurlers, since he can summon Material now. Material's probably the best fire unit, T4 unit. And this Material is actually of Shadow Affinity. The other Materials are Fire Affinity. I guess it's just so he can save on charges. And now he's gonna be doing a couple of waiting. And with the pure fire deck, these bandit camps tend to get difficult because T4 fire isn't that great, since it's really hard to keep them alive. Sometimes Unity is just not enough. So he's making sure he has enough units when he goes to attack the next bandit camp. So now he has 2 materials, 2 fire dragons. And now I think he's gonna go ahead and decide an attack. Cast Unity on your units, keep them alive. There goes his 3rd fire dragon. Alright, so he's gonna set up another rallying banner here again for a healing point. So in RPvE, there's not much to comment on, since all camps are pretty much the same. So there's not really much of a strategy once you reach T4, since all you gotta focus on is keep your units alive. Maybe do some microing to make sure that your tanks tank and your attackers don't die. So he has 4 fire dragons now, 2 materials. As you notice, he's waiting for at least 100 power, so he's able to cast Unity when it goes and attacks the next camp. So the most annoying units here are the Wind Hunters, since their paralyzing attack can get really annoying. As you notice here, these buildings are getting damaged even though there's no units attacking them. That's from the materials passive skill, which is in Purgatory. He goes ahead and summons another material here. Since, as you notice, he didn't put any defensive buildings, he just put a rallying banner here. Kind of a lookout point, I guess. So he'll know when bandits are coming for his orbs. He's setting up another one here to make sure he knows when bandits are coming. So now he has 3 materials, 2 fire affinity, 1 shadow affinity, and 4 fire dragons. So Coldmind here taking a lot of precautions, make sure because with the fire deck it's easy to lose your T4 units. Usually once you reach T4, especially with nature, you're pretty much set. But now with a fire deck, you can still lose very easily. Alright, he's focused on this boss, Equestrian Twins, with his materials, and he's gonna go ahead and send one of the materials to the other camp. I think he was about to cast what do you call it, material skill Gates of Hell, or maybe oh yeah, I think he did. Which basically took out most of these units right here. I mean, and bandit buildings. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, not really much to comment on. So basically just keep watching and see how Coldmind does how Coldmind attacks these bandits successfully. Because sending them in is just sometimes not enough. Gotta make sure you have your spells and your supporting spells. Alright, so wow, I really have nothing to talk about right now. Alright, so he cast Inferno there just to weaken that camp. This is the thing that could get annoying RPvE from some of you guys probably know. Sometimes these camps tend to be 1 centimeter away from each other, which can get really annoying finding off all of those units at the same time. So if you don't think you can handle it, it's okay to retreat your units. You don't always have to commit your units to attacking. There's no harm in slowing down. And now he's gonna go ahead and cast in the rallying banner to heal up his units. You don't want to cast Unity Nature Affinity just for when you're not even in a fight. So now he has 4 materials, 4 fire dragons. I forgot to mention earlier, every time he casts Unity, he's casting them on the materials. Because since his fire dragons are in the back, they don't really need to tank them. The materials are basically tanking for them. Alright, so Coldmind decided to switch over to attacking this camp since he saw that bandit soul hunter. And here comes another boss, a bandit lord. Well, not really a boss. Well, yeah, I guess it's a boss. He's gonna go ahead and focus that down. He's casting one of his materials. He's always remembering to cast Gates of Hell from one of his materials. Gates of Hell, really powerful skill. It does take a while to actually fully activate, so keep that in mind. Try to cast it as early as possible. So now I think he has only 1 camp left to go. Yep, only 1 camp left. Again, he's using these rallying banners, kind of a outpost to make sure bandit waves don't go and attack his orbs, fire orbs. So now it's down to this final camp, healing up his units first. Again, he's gonna cast Gates of Hell from with one of his materials. Cast Inferno. Since he has a bunch of power, he's free to cast any spell he wants. And now he's gonna take out this camp with no problem. Alright, so that's it, guys. Hope you guys guys enjoyed watching replay. Thanks to Coldmind. And I guess see you guys next time.